Hey guys, thanks again for joining me. I'm Anne and I give general love readings focusing on divine partners. That includes soulmates, twin flames, twin rays, karmic connections, and all past life connections. Anybody that is connected to you spiritually, this reading video is for you. There's a message for you. Take down notes and if it doesn't resonate with you, that's no worries. Maybe revisit this video, or maybe you know someone that can benefit from this video. I know a lot of times reading videos speak to me. Maybe I don't get the message right away. Maybe my ego is blocking me in some type of way, and that's okay. You know what? It happens to all of us. We're human. So it's all about what you're sent and what you can absorb right at that moment. Okay. So now we're coming into spring forward, daylight savings time. That's tomorrow. That starts, and I am excited. Well, kind of excited. I mean, I get less hour of sleep because we move up an hour, and you know what? We lose an hour, but you know what? It's all good because this means one thing: spring is almost here and summer is almost here. So we have to just embrace that. I know there's a lot of challenges that we go through, and you know what? I've been through my share of challenges, and I know you have too. It's coming close now to new beginnings for me as well. As many of you know, I was diagnosed with skin cancer back in January, and you know what? February was a very challenging month for me, but I got through it. I really did. And you know what? All the energy that you guys have been giving me, the support and the love and the comments and everything else, it's really picked up my spirits a lot, because you know what, when we hear these kind of things, I know it's not easy, but because the prognosis was good and was positive, they say that, you know, like this is a common thing. Obviously we don't want to get these things happening to us, but when they do, it's a life lesson. And you know what, I do wear sunscreen, and I just want to clarify that I do protect myself from the sun, but maybe when I was younger, you know, maybe when I was a little girl, whenever these things happen. So anyways, I'm getting it taken care of this week, and I'm very positive about it. And that's why I want to give you guys this little bit of like a little bit of information, just so that you can know that when things happen to you, when things come through like this, it's a time to embrace the love that you have in your heart. And that's what I've been doing. And I'm all excited. I mean, no one knows what we go through day to day. I mean, everybody has their own challenges and situations, but when we all stick together, and I have to say, you guys all, you know, are my family. I love you all, and you've all done so much in my life, and I've always thanked you and gave you all my gratitude and all my love, because you know what, this is why I do this. This is a positive energy exchange, and I want to do so much more for you guys, because you guys are all amazing. You guys are wonderful, and I wouldn't have it any other way. It's been 2 years since I've been doing these videos. I mean, I've been doing other videos prior to this, but these reading videos have given me something, and a lot of you have been telling me the same thing, that we share this energy vibration, we lift each other up. And I have to say, you guys have lifted me up in so many ways that I want to do more. And you know, we inspire each other. It's inspiration, you know. Okay, so without further delay, let's begin the reading. I've meditated and shuffled the cards, asking the angels and spirit guides on what we need to know for this upcoming week, and if there are any obstacles or challenges that we might be facing, on how to avoid them and get through them. The cards that I've used were 2 decks: Colette Baron Reed's The Spirit Animal Oracle and Vintage Wisdom Oracle by Victoria Mosley. 2 newer decks that I really, really love. I find them to be very empowering. Okay, so like I said, this side Divine Masculine, this side Divine Feminine. Okay, so from the Divine Masculine, Elephant Spirit, learn from the past. This card right now is giving us energy that it's time for us to stop looking at the past and learn from it. When we're going back and forth with trying to figure out, why did that happen? Why did that occur in our lives? We are pulling on ourselves excess baggage. Do you know that? It's like when you start looking back and start, I mean, reminiscing is one thing. Yes, we love to reminisce. I love to reminisce. But when we are pulling on our lives this negative backpack, like I've always talked about, with all these rocks and stones that seem to just be wearing us down and bringing us down. The Divine Masculine is not allowing themselves to see the light. to find the light, to learn from the past. This is where the divine masculine goes backwards sometimes, and that's something that happens during Mercury retrograde. We see this a lot during Mercury retrograde. I hate to say, Mercury retrograde makes us go backwards in a sense, but when it comes to love, when it comes to romance, it seems like they replay things all over again. And this is something that a lot of us have been doing. I'm not saying that everybody is the same, but like I said, learn from your past. Elephant Spirit gives you this knowledge that that you're now coming into a new beginning. New changes are going to happen as we're in March. March is giving us new hope, new feelings of light, because it's spring. Okay, I know a lot of people are in autumn, and that too is the same thing, basically. A new atmosphere coming through. We're feeling it, and a lot of the things that we have in front of us at the moment, we don't see it because we're still trying to figure out what happened previously. New beginnings, new changes. As you can see in this card, this woman is flying. Divine masculine is trying to search for that new change, that inner spirit with the light. We've been going through this cycle, this vicious cycle. When we're involved in a relationship, not that we tend to do this, and not everybody does this, but when we are always playing back what happened previously in another relationship or a few relationships, or why the pattern happened the way it did, that every time we are involved with somebody new, the same thing happens. They tend to take advantage of us, or they tend to ignore us, or they do something that irritates us, that kind of like triggers off something in the back. This is why it's time for a change. This is a time for springtime energy to come through. I'm not going to allow this to happen. Even if you're involved with someone, maybe this person is just not, giving as much that they did before, and you're comparing it to, why aren't they giving to me what they did before? Well, maybe it could be, just maybe, that you're not learning from your past, that you keep going back to something that occurred, that it's time to release that. And we've been seeing with divine masculines, release and surrendering, very powerful time to release and surrender. Mercury retrograde, I have to say, is a time to release and surrender. It's with the full moon, it's like, wow, I got this all out of my system. I mean, it's not a full moon right now, but when there is a full moon, it's a good time to set an intention. It's a good time to plan for it. I like to make plans and get excited about them, because not everything is like exciting anymore. I mean, when we get older, things become okay, whatever, and if you think about it that way, it stays that way. I mean, that's why I like different colors, and I like to experiment, and I like to explore. I'm just giving you an example on me because I'm right here. And I just want to give you a better understanding of how to accomplish this feeling of excitement. So you may know how to do it in your own way. But when I find myself getting to in a rut, we all do that. Things are getting kind of stale, and it's just becoming stagnant. It's time to spice it up. Move the furniture around. Feng Shui is an excellent way to keep the positive energy, the positive chi just coming through. Get a book, or go to a Feng Shui specialist, a practitioner that can help you with this. Try something new beginnings, because it's all about the energy that you're producing. If you have let's say stagnant area in your house, you feel it, and you're always in that one room, the air in that room feels like it's stuffy. You need to open up a window. You need to throw some things out. You need to dust. You need to clean. You need to let go of something. Let go of the clutter. Let go of it all. And you know what? I guarantee you're going to see things a little bit differently. That's why we call it spring cleaning, because when we release all of that excess baggage, clutter, negativity that we've been holding on to, negative thoughts or negative mindset, it happens to everyone, and I'm still working on myself not to allow myself to get there. We can do it all day long, but when you find yourself in a stagnant area, maybe there is something that you need to clear out in your home just to breathe. It's kind of like clearing out the air. Sometimes when you're how could I say? like, I'll give you an example. My furnace. My furnace is like, I had to buy a new air system for it because I was getting allergies, and I was wondering why. My husband, my daughter, my son, and we're wondering why. Not that I'm saying to go out and buy this, but it was because it was stagnant air just going back and forth, and it was defected, and we had to get something to reciprocate positive air, you know, fresh air coming in and going out so we can have clean air. This is the same way it is in your life. And I'm not talking about just air, I'm talking about energy. Maybe you're holding on to a specific thought about someone that you cannot shake. You cannot stop thinking about. Maybe there was something that happened to you. And I don't know how we got onto the topic with cleaning air and energies, but it's a message. So in order for you to learn from your past, in order for you to understand why things happen the way they do, you have to let it go. Really, seriously. For the new beginnings, as you can see, the new beginnings is happening. It's about to happen. It is around you, but you have to learn from your past and stop looking at why things happen the way they did. Okay. Spider spirit, make your dreams real. Make your dreams real. How do you make your dreams real? How do we find that dream inside of us? Oh yeah, I can go and sleep and have a beautiful dream, and I wake up and guess what? It's not going to happen. It was a dream. And you know what? How many times have we woken up disappointed because our dream was so beautiful, and why wasn't it real? We saw someone that we don't have in our life anymore, or we've dreamt of a place, because I have this dream all the time, reoccurring dream of this beautiful place every night that I want to go to. It's a dream. It's a dream, but it represents the love that I'm trying to get to, the area of love I'm trying to get to. It's kind of like the goal. You know, you're at that marathon, you're running or walking, and you see the finish line right there. So that's where you need to make your dreams real. A dream is not just, oh, I want the dream house that I see on, you know, on TV, or the dream house I'm looking at on the internet. The dream is inside of you, because you can make it happen. If you don't, you're going to always feel like you're an underachiever. You're not getting your goals met. Making your dreams happen. If you really want something so badly, it's time to let go, release, understand that it was in the past. And people, you may be, you know, like people may say to you, just let it go, let it go, let it go. And you might say, I can't let it go because it still bothers me. I understand that. Hey, I get it. I really do. I'm a Scorpio. I get it. It's time to just like throw your hands up and say, okay, whatever, I'm just going to let it go. That's what I do. I put my hands up and I say, that's it, I'm letting it go. And believe it or not, it really does work. It's kind of like, I like to refer to this, like when you're going, I don't know if you guys do this, but when I was very young, I used to go on water slides a lot, and I always felt like I was scared. I was like, oh, I can't hold on to nothing. You can't hold on to nothing. Can you stop yourself from going down in that little tunnel with the water going down? There is no lever. There is nothing to stop. There's nothing to hold on except just let it happen. Just release. Throw your hands up in the air and just enjoy the ride. Release it. And you know what? It is so fun. It is like, wow. I don't do that anymore. Okay. I'm just giving you an example of how you have to just let it go. And that's what I think of when I'm holding on to something, believe it or not. I feel like I just want to just release it. I'm saying, you know what? I'm letting God take over, and I'm going to let God, the universe, just guide my path. Following what my intuition, what my spirit guides are saying, what the angels are giving me. I need to just release it and let my dreams manifest. I manifest. I focus on visualization. Manifestation is something that is true. It's something that you can do, but you have to focus on in the inside first of all, working on yourself. And when you do this, you will have the abundance of love. You will have everything inside of you. It's kind of like, I thought I had to go search for it. A person could have the most beautiful, you know, $1 million home, have all the money in the world, have the beautiful car, have everything, or maybe $10 million home, I don't know. Whatever that dream is inside of you, we all have something with material that we dream about. It's beautiful. But you know what? If we don't have the peace and the happiness inside of ourselves, it could be very miserable. It could be just the same way if you were living outside and not with any roof or walls or anything around you, because you're empty on the inside, really. Yeah, it may look good to other people, and it may be something that you would be proud of, but then after a while, it's not everything. So I'm not saying not to be hungry for that, because that's wonderful. But I'm looking at things in a like more of what is today and what we have today, and maybe you have it, and then that's more power to you. But the dream is inside of you, first of all. So make that dream. Choices. Divine Masculine is making a choice, making a decision. I feel there's a lot of messages coming through that is telling us it's time to make the choice and do what's best. Do what's best, what's in your heart. Maybe there's a relationship that you've been going back and forth with. Maybe you feel codependent on this person, that you're not really in love with this person, but though you kind of do have feelings for this person, but not necessarily as much as you did for somebody else. Or maybe you're looking for somebody else. This is a choice that you have to make, and nobody can make it for you. Maybe you're hanging on to this person because you're afraid of being alone. And I'm not going to tell you you need to leave this person. Maybe you need a little time out for yourself to find what those dreams are inside of you, because you're not learning from the past that you are in love with this person, that this is your dream person, your dream girlfriend or boyfriend or husband or wife, that you're not seeing it because you don't love yourself enough. You're not making the choice to say, I found the love. I found my dreams. My dreams is right in front of me. I've seen this happen so many times. You don't want to make a drastic choice that you're going to be sorry for and say, what did I do to my life? What did I do to myself? Because that happens. And when that happens, you don't want to regret. Regret happens to all of us. We all regret. And, you know, with Mercury retrograde, in a time where we kind of like reflect a lot, we look at a lot, and we kind of like want to release everything. It's a time that we may do things that can be impulsive. I recommend after Mercury retrograde, if you are looking to make a big change, and I'm not talking about like a little change, like something minor. No, I'm talking about a life-changing experience. When you go too fast, when you go too quickly, you end up finding yourself in a place where you did not expect yourself to be, and your mind is all like scattered, and you feel scattered, and you know what happens? You end up finding yourself miserable and alone and not in a good place. So without all of this occurring, it's time to make that choice when you're ready. Choices happen little by little. They don't happen all at once, because when you make a choice, it's like, if I don't do it now, I'm going to change my mind. And if I don't do it now, I may never do it. That's a great way of thinking. No, that can work. But if it is a new choice that you just decided about and you just made that decision, it could be an impulsive one. Did you ever go shopping and you went into the store and you got this, your credit card is all paid off, and you know you're all set, I'm going to go shopping, and you find all these crazy deals, and they're so like phenomenal, they're great. I mean, we all love a good bargain. But then all of a sudden you just go over yourself and you're saying, I need this, and I need this, and it's an impulsive decision. And then you go home and you end up saying, what did I do? I need to take all this back. But guess what? All sales final, because it was such a great deal. It was such a great sale. My point is that make the choice, think about it, understand it, and then make that decision. You made the choice, you made a decision, you're ready for it. You know, you can make the choice and a decision, and you don't have to go through with it right away. I find that when I do it like slowly and I take it one step at a time, I end up making a better choice afterwards. Yeah, there could be another choice that accompanies that, and I'm like, wow, I'm sure glad I listened to what my guides were telling me, because they did direct me on it, and it just happened a few days ago. So I'm really excited when that happens to me, because I listen to messages from me, you know, and it's hard for me to listen to my own intuition sometimes, because I'm human, and you know, I want things the way I want things. We all want it our way, but we can't get that guidance from ourselves sometimes. So we have to take it slow. So I found when you say something, when you do something, when you make that decision, when you're out to find something, when you're putting action to work, yes, do it, but do it right. Do it when you're ready, okay? Divine Feminines, taking a leap of faith. Divine Feminines now are starting to get themselves in more of a comfortable surrounding. It seems like they're settling in a little bit. Not so much pressure, not so much negativity like we saw the previous weeks. Divine Feminines are starting to come down a little bit, which is good. It's really good what the collective is starting to change over a little bit. When I see something going one side, and it's not changing, it's kind of like, oh, this is getting a little rough on a lot of people. And there's not a lot you can do with that because it's just the way it is. So Divine Feminines are now starting to take a leap of faith, make that change, make that choice. They're also making the choice where Divine Masculines are starting to think about those choices, taking a leap of faith for a union to happen. They want union. They want union just as much as Divine Masculine wants union. But we see a lot of Divine Feminine saying no, 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 because of something else occurred, and they kind of like take it to heart, and they're more emotional in a sense. When you do it this way, you're going to end up finding yourself without union. Union with themselves, first of all. Union with coming to terms. This is not necessarily always about a divine union with two people. Remember, I know it looks like it is a divine union. Yes, it is a beautiful card. It is wonderful. I love it. It's very Victorian. But the thing is that sometimes divine union isn't ready yet. Like I said, when it's not ready, you don't want to rush it. So union with coming to terms with certain factors, with certain things, and saying, I'm going to do this because I'm ready for it, and I'm going to start over again because the new beginnings that are starting to take place in my life, I'm feeling blessed. I'm feeling alive. I'm feeling that awakening that is happening. It's accompanied with spring, changing over, like we're going to be changing over the time. And, the hour ahead for most of us, I mean, some people don't go with the hour ahead, and I'm just giving an example because I do. It's a time to get out of your comfort zone and start taking the leap of faith and saying, you know what, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to tell him what I feel or her what I feel, and just give my love, because this is the time. And I'm not saying you need to do this now. Wait for Mercury retrograde at least to end, or get ready for it. I always like to do things after the retrograde. Like I said before, it ends on March 28th, I believe, and then we have a shadow phase, which is fine, but you might feel a little bit of the effects. I know I always do. But do it when you're ready. That's how I have to say it. Do it when you're ready. Do it because you want to. Do it because it's something that's in your heart, and you're going to release it, and you're going to feel way better. Just thinking about it makes you feel a lot better. Wasp spirit. Sometimes life stings, and it does, because with the wasp, I mean, a lot of us don't like wasps. I know. I'm uncomfortable with them. I mean, they serve a purpose in our atmosphere, but because they serve a purpose, because they're there for a purpose, because they do sting. They do annoy us. When you're involved with someone and it just seems like they keep attacking you, or they just keep giving you this same treatment over and over, it's time to really start sticking up for yourself. Start sticking up for who you are. Maybe you don't want to offend them. Maybe they're over you. Maybe it's your spouse. Maybe you know that they're going through something, but they keep attacking you, or they keep saying things to you, or they're just pulling you down in some type of way. This stings, and it's like you need to let them know that I don't like this. And maybe in a loving way, take the leap of faith. Maybe this is what this is telling you, to say something so that you can come to terms with it. Reflect on who you are, and don't let nobody pull you down, no matter who that person is. I always talk against any type of physical abuse, any kind of mental abuse. Abuse is not a good thing for anyone, and this is why getting bullied around or getting pushed around is a time when you have to speak up for yourself and do something about it, no matter who that person is. I don't care who that person is. And I'm not here to be a therapist to tell anybody that it's not right, and I'm not trying to encourage anybody to do anything except what they feel in their heart. Remember that. This is just messages coming through, and sometimes I get very, passionate and intense when I'm feeling something, because I get the messages and I'm feeling them, and I know you do too. So go with what your gut says. Go with what your heart is telling you. Reflect on who you are. Look in the mirror and say, I'm a kind man or I'm a kind woman, and I love people, but people sometimes don't give me what I need. And that's where it's time to let them see that you're not going to take it anymore. It's not going to happen. When you do this, people look at you differently. And I'm talking about not only with relationships. This is also going for, your coworkers. I see this a lot with people who work with other people, that they intimidate them because they're in a higher position, or they drive a better car, or they have a better position than them, that they can tell them what to do. Whoever that person is, I'm not saying to go tell them off, but let them know that it's not what you want to hear. It's something you have to do for yourself. And if they don't understand it, and if you feel like you're going to get, pulled down in some type of way, well, then you have to rethink. You have to reflect on who you are. You're not supposed to be inside of a job area where you're being pushed around and where you feel like you have to walk on eggshells in order to work there. Because that's not a working environment, because you're doing the work. Remember, you're doing the work, and you're not meant to have other people do this to you. Now, this is a message. I mean, it doesn't have, the cards are not saying this. Like I said, when I get a message, I have to express it. But go with what your gut says. Like I said, with all of these cards that are coming through, new beginnings, learn from the past, make your dreams real, make the choices, take that leap of faith for the union inside of you, with your partner, whatever it is. I mean, maybe you need to revisit your relationship from the past. You need to see what it is that you two are having problems with in order for the union to happen, whatever that may be, because something obviously is stinging you, and it's constant. It's a constant thing with attacking you in a certain sense. It's a reflection right now, so take that reflection and look at who you are, because you are beautiful. You are amazing. You are a wonderful human being. Remember that. Don't let anybody tell you any different. Okay, so I hope that this reading video resonated with you. There was lots of messages that came through. I felt it. I'm just like, whew, I feel it, okay? When I give readings, a lot of times I go into another kind of like I'm not saying a trance so much. Yeah, maybe it is a trance. And I just reflect a lot, and I feel a lot. So I felt a lot for myself as well. So whatever comes to you, whatever is resonating with you, just take it. And if it doesn't, just leave it there. If there's someone you know that maybe can use this reading and it can benefit them, by all means, please share it with them. I do give personal readings, so if you're interested, you can go to my links down below in the description area. Phone, chat, and email readings. Also, check out my blogs and other videos. I have several other videos that you can check out. I just want to thank you all for your comments, your likes, shares, and all the support you guys give me. It's wonderful. And I know I say this all the time, but I'm going to probably say it again and again and again, because I just love you guys. And it's a pleasure. It's really a pleasure to do these reading videos. Sometimes it's not easy because my time is very, very limited, but I always schedule them. I've been doing them for over 2 years, and so I'm going to do more as I go on, and hopefully other things will come along. I don't know. Let's see what happens, right? And I do enjoy talking with you guys on social media. So until next time, God be with you all. Namaste. God bless.